Hello guys, I go by the name is Coach Prince, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So today we are going to look at a viral video that's been trending on Akon. Akon went to sway in the morning and he spoke on Afrobeat among other things. So he spoke on Afrobeat and how Afrobeat started and how he was involved in the evolution of Afrobeats in Africa, and now Afrobeats is like a recognized genre to the world. So let's listen to this and let's see. We'll just listen to it and you know just give our own review and my opinions on what Akon said. Let's go.
The best of the best. East Coast Prince, I know it's better than the rest. East Coast Prince, the rapper no one contest. East Coast Prince.
You watched The Woman King yet?
Monster.
Come on. I love that. You happy
Man,
about these stories being
Man,
told?
I'm super happy about that.
Yeah.
But what was even interesting was around that time we was pushing the Thug record, Davido was in Atlanta trying to be a rapper.
Really? Davido was in Atlanta.
Davido, who's one of the biggest Afrobeat artists of today.
This is the first time I'm actually hearing that Davido wanted to be a rapper. Like I can't even comprehend myself listening to Davido drop like 16 bars, trying to rap, giving us rhyme schemes and some metaphors. I can't comprehend it in my head. So, but then again, as youths, as young kids growing up, I know that it's one of these in nature to explore your talent in different areas until you find that particular sound that fits your vibe and that particular pocket that suits you. So I think Davido was in that phase where he was exploring his genre and the one that actually suits him the most. So I like these backstories because help us to really know that these people are humans and they started from somewhere before they became global stars that we are respecting and admiring today.
He was in Atlanta trying to rap.
Wow.
I said, nigga, if you don't take your ass back home to Africa and do that music, that's
Yeah.
what we need to be doing. Go to Africa.
So who are some of the artists now that you say salute to coming out of Africa and the Afro beats movement and otherwise?
Man, I'm loving how Burnaboy is moving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Burna is killing it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because he's being moved around by a guy named Kirk Harding.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like these are backstories we don't know. We don't know the manager, the person that is the road manager to Burna Boy. We only know he's like his personal manager, which is his mom. But we don't know the road manager. We don't know other people in the back end doing the things that is making us to really see Burna Boy in that spotlight. And here is the backstory that Akon is giving us. So let's listen to this. I'm enjoying it, and I'm just getting some insights on Afrobeats. And yeah.
Kirk Harding used to be the head of international for convict when I was at SRC.
Wow.
He literally gave Burna the Akon blueprint to break him.
Wow.
Burna is one of the most. That nigga's a beast.
Selling out the garden.
He's killing it. Like he's killing it because he's coming with the swag of Nigeria and Ghana. Like he's representing it on the level that it needs to be represented on. Wizkid is just a superstar.
Yeah.
Like
All
he's a
right.
superstar.
So before he delves further, let's talk about Burna Boy. So one thing that's really made Burna Boy admirable is the fact that he has carried the African identity on his head. Basically, he wants people to see that he's an African. He wants people to know that he represents Africa and he embodies the gifts of an African superstar. So I like the fact that he's not trying to be like other artists. He's not trying to be like the Westerners. He's bringing his own sound, and you can see it in his performances. Like Burna Boy is that one that his performances he gives that swag. You know that he has a lot of Fela influence in his own music, in his artistry as a whole. He has that Fela influence, and Fela was one of the people that really represented Africa globally. So I like the fact that Burna Boy is carrying this and everybody is saying Akon is respecting Burna Boy and acknowledging the fact that Burna Boy is reflecting the African swag, the African vibe in his own style. It's in his own style. So let's continue.
He's one of those guys that put out one record a year, and that record lasts the whole year. Like he's like one of those. He just is born star without a doubt. Davido is like the hardest working artist.
Like I couldn't agree more with all what he said. I'm talking about Wizkid. He said that Wizkid is that kind of guy that can put up one song a year, and that song, becomes like the hits. You can see that with Essence. You can see Essence featuring Thames. You can see how global that song went. The song has won like it has gotten platinum. So basically, Akon, what Akon is saying is the truth. Even though Wizkid has a lot of fans and he has a lot of people that no longer respect his music, but you can still appreciate the talent and see that this guy still gives quality music when he wants to. So let's continue now.
because he was the underdog back then. Everybody
Facts.
wanted to be a Wizkid. Everybody praised Wizkid. So Davido was like the one, like he was the underdog. But what he had support was he had a wealthy family.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to come every week with a new song, new video. He just kept coming. Like his road, I mean his discography when it comes to songs, you go on Davido, he got more songs on there than any Afrobeat artist out. But he beat you with quantity versus quality. So he had his method. Like everybody had their method of how they kind of.
Mr. Easy.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Easy is another one. That's another brilliant one.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that Sway is like calling names of people like Mr. Easy, talking about Davido coming out with songs back to back when he was younger, when he was trying to make a name for himself. It's no news that Wizkid blew before Davido. I think the other people that were on the limelight then, people like Nito C, people like P Square. So another thing that Davido did because of how active he was, that thing that he really did that Akon didn't mention was features. Davido had some good features that helped him being recognized before he released his major breakthrough hit, which was Damiduro. One of the features was he did back when with Nito C. He did Carolina with Sinzu, that Sauce Kid. So he had some good features, and he was the artistry is there, the style is there. He had that swag and the charisma, and of course, like Akon acknowledged, he had the resources to fund many songs and many videos. So the video had that. So let's continue though.
He's brilliant. He's super smart. He's more of a businessman to me than an artist. But he understood how the music was a vehicle to get to the money.
I see what he said about Easy. Easy is a businessman, he's smart. He used music as a vehicle to get the money. And I don't know how to put it here because it's not like I'm trying to relate his personal success with his girlfriend's affiliation, but Mr. Easy is a smart guy. I don't know his back end story about his business side of life, but I know that I can acknowledge for the fact that he is dating a billionaire's daughter, one of the richest men in Nigeria is dating Otedola's daughter, Temi Otedola. So that's another for him to have reached the point of getting into that kind of space and that relationship to be with Temi Otedola. You know that he had worked that hard, he has worked hard and gotten himself into that space. So guys, let's continue though.
We've had them all up here, except for Davido.
Oh no?
No, can you make that happen?
Alright, let's
Biggest names. I won't say the only name. When you say Afro beats, the name that's one of the biggest names. I won't say the only name is Wizkid.
Wizkid is probably the poster child to Afrobeat.
So that's the biggest name.
Yeah, we knew he was gonna be that when we discovered it. We knew that.
And what year did y'all discover Wizkid?
So you can see what he's saying here that Wizkid is like the biggest name. So abroad they acknowledge Wizkid as the biggest name in Afrobeats. I'll credit a lot of it to his from his one dance feature with Drake to his feature on Beyonce's Brown Skin Girl down to Essence. I'll credit a lot of that into one of the reasons why he's so big. And another thing is that Wizkid has been global for a long time. He has been global for a while. He got into the limelight way before Davido did. Not way before, but before Davido. And he actually branched out early into the international scene. So all these things are factors that's why you can say that Sway is like one of the biggest names is Wizkid. Of course, we have like 3 big names in Africa, rapping African Afrobeat right now, which is Wizkid, Davido, and Burnaboy. But let's listen to this.
Because the America is just now, within a couple years.
They just now understanding what this is, but we picked up Wizkid in 2010.
Damn.
Wow. And how did you get put on? What was the first time you were introduced to Wizkid?
In Nigeria, actually.
You met him at a showcase?
He had a manager, and the guy that he was signed to at that time, before we did the joint venture, and he was the one that actually brought him to us because he felt like, okay, Wiz could be bigger, and Nigeria was just not big enough for him.
Wow, I like the fact that I said this, that It felt like Wizkid could be bigger and Nigeria was not big enough for him. And so I discovered Wizkid in 2010. I think 2010 was when Pull Out Your Boy came out. And yes, that was when Wizkid was like reigning. But let's continue. Let's continue.
He was right.
Yeah, and believe me, because he at the time he was a real kid. Like he was only 14.
Yeah.
Like he was super.
I disagree with the fact that I said that Wizkid was 14 in 2010. I don't know. That estimation, that age estimation is wrong. I know Wizkid is older than I am, and I wasn't 14 in 2010. So let's see how old Wizkid is now. Let's see. So Wizkid is 32. 32 meaning that in 2010 he was 20. He was 20 in 2010. So yeah, he wasn't 14, he was 20 in 2010. So except Akon they discovered it earlier prior to what he's saying, which doesn't add up. But Wizkid was 20 in 2010. I think that was when he released All Out Your Boy. I think All Out Your Boy was released at 19. When he was 19, All Out Your Boy came out. Even though that was not really his first song, the first song that made me know Wizkid was Fast Money Fast Cars, where MI featured him in his album, and that album came out in 2008. So in 2008, Wizkid was like 17, 18. I think that was when he was now in that space to shine. So the age info here was actually very wrong. Let's go.
Super young. You know what I'm saying? And Banky W, who we was signed to at that time.
Yeah, Banky.
You know, we was actually signing his label because what I was doing, I was going acquiring all the small independent labels all throughout Africa. And when we went to go acquire his label, Wizkid happened to be the artist that he had signed. But clearly, of course, Africans, at that time, they didn't have all the instruments that they needed to go to the next level. And that's what we would provide. That's what we was providing for them.
Damn.
Wow. I like the fact that one thing Akon did basically was to put in that effort and that focus in promoting African sound. Him being a Senegalese, an African that was one of the largest exports of Africa, doing foreign music and in that foreign space to shine, in that international space. I think he came back here and he wanted to like support African music and propagate it into the next level. And that's why he's in that space to give us this kind of backstory, a backstory that many of us didn't know about. Shout out to Akon for talking about this. Now it's Afrobeat to the world. Everybody wants to listen to Afrobeat. Everybody is a fan of Burnaboy. Can see Burnaboy selling out shows, Davido selling out shows, Wizkid selling out shows, and these guys are now global stars. And we have young kids that are coming up, young guys that are coming up, and they are following these footsteps that these three guys, that the way was paved by Akon and these other guys to follow. People like Rema, people like Fireboy, people like Omale, so many young names that are being, a lot of young names that are doing those foreign features and they are now global stars. So yeah, shout out to Akon. Nice one. This was an interesting one to watch. Tell me what you think. Tell me your opinion. Correct me in any place where my statement was wrong or my opinions were wrong. Let me see what you have to say in the comment section. I'll go by the name is Conspiracy and I'll see my next one. With that being said, my people, peace.